Are live. Wonder how many. Wonder if I'm gonna get any viewers. Probably not. Anyway, let's see if I can send this out. I want to send out a link. Let's share. Share. Share a message. Stream reconnecting. Cancel. Hell no. I want to keep streaming. Keep streaming. Keep the dream alive. Anyway, this is Josh here with a pack with the devil. My buddy Randall, he's working. I'm working too from home. But anyway, I wanted to run through these picks or the games today, and also kind of chat about some of the games from yesterday and some big freaking surprises, to be honest. Biggest surprise of the night, in my opinion, was Buffalo. Buffalo absolutely destroying Arizona. They won by 21, so they won going away. Kentucky beat Davidson as expected. Loyola Chicago, that was kind of a big win over Miami. I really thought Miami was a better team. They did lose. They did lose some talent. Their best player got injured, but even still, it was interesting. Um, so hold on, I'm gonna change my volume here a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know. It's the first time I ever done this live stream thing on YouTube. So if it's good, let me know. If it's not, let me know. So anyway, Loyola Chicago beat Miami. Tennessee beat Wright State. Tennessee's a dangerous team. They've got the talent to push it all the way to at least the Elite Eight. I think they're surprisingly good. Um, Ohio State beat South Dakota State. That's the 5 over the 12. Gonzaga beat UNCG a 4 over 13. That was a damn good game. UNCG held it together, played great ball all the way up until the end, and barely lost. Just made some mental mistakes, but that's how it goes. That's the game. Houston beat San Diego State. That blew me out of the water. I'd pick San Diego State over Houston. Michigan beat Montana pretty handily. Nothing kind of out of the ordinary there. Michigan was a 3, Montana was a 14, so it wasn't a crazy or anything. Um, then in the Midwest bracket, we had the top seed Kansas pulling it out over Penn. Penn hung in that game for the first little bit, but Kansas talent just blew them out of the water. I mean, that Devontae Graham is otherworldly. Kid is he's just a phenomenal talent. So he's dangerous and makes them a threat for the national championship by himself because he can just take games over. He makes good decisions. He's a good ball player. Um, Other game in the Midwest bracket, or other couple of games in the Midwest bracket, Seton Hall pulls it out over NC State. My boy Randall, of course, is going to be or was disappointed with that result. NC State played some great ball this year. They beat Carolina. They beat Duke. They beat top 10 teams um, close together. We're playing some of the best basketball of the season at the right time, but man, those last 3 games of the season they dropped to the bottom, the cellar dwellers of the ACC, and they never seem to recover. So it's unfortunate. I think Kevin Keats though is going to get them back on steady footing, and I think the state program's up and coming. I think they're gonna get better. Um, Next game, so Seton Hall obviously won that one. Next game we're gonna look at Rhode Island, Oklahoma. Rhode Island outplayed Oklahoma. They just made better decisions. Rhode Island is a dangerous team. They have a lot of experience. They're heavily laden with seniors. There's a lot of talent on that team. There just is. Uh, so they're dangerous, and they're gonna go up against my boys, Duke, part of the a pack with the devil. That's the devil portion. And Duke played their butts off against Iona, dropping threes, using their height, their talent inside to really separate themselves. Iona is an excellent team, well coached, played great defense, did a lot of good things. But they just couldn't match up with Duke's size and talent. It was obvious. It's a 2-15 seed. There was no upset at all. No upset chance there. That next round, though, for Duke against Rhode Island is going to be dangerous. Rhode Island's got everything Duke doesn't. They've got that experience, and they play great defense, which is going to be interesting. Um, so that's the review of the games from yesterday. Hit the games today. I want to just kind of go through these really quickly, hit my picks, and then let you guys know. Maybe tomorrow we'll pick this up and go through those as well. So let's start at the top. The number one seed in the tournament, Virginia, playing UMBC. Let's be honest, guys. This isn't going to be a game. Virginia's going to destroy them. UMBC would be lucky if they score 30 points. Virginia's defense is that damn good. So it's an easy game to win. Next game, Creighton, Kansas State. That's the 8-9 in the South bracket. I got Creighton winning this game. Creighton plays in a tough conference. Kansas State, in my opinion, has not. They just don't have the resume to match up with Creighton's. I feel like Creighton's more battle tested. They're going to be a better better team. So Creighton's my pick in this game. I don't know exactly by how much, but I think Creighton will win pretty easily. Next pick in the South bracket, Nevada, Texas. Texas is dangerous. They play my boys Duke tough. I know they're a 10 seed. I know they had a tough season, but they've got NBA talent. Even though he's a freshman, Mo Bamba is dangerous, and not a lot of people are going to be able to match up with him down low. So I'm pulling Texas out of that Nevada, that 7-10 matchup. Next game, Cincinnati, Georgia State. That's a 2-15. Come on, Cincinnati is a fantastic team playing great ball right now. I see Cincinnati doing this one without a doubt. This is going to be a replay of that Duke game yesterday. Cincinnati is going to blow them out of the water. Now let's jump over to the East bracket. First game, West Virginia, Murray State. That's a 5-12. Murray State's a tough team, but they just don't have the personnel to match up with West Virginia. I'm pulling West Virginia there all day long. Next game, Wichita State, Marshall. That's a 4-13 seed. Wichita State, always well coached. They lost Shaka Smart, but they still kind of have that scrappiness to them. And so I don't see Wichita State losing to Marshall. I just don't see it happening. So I'm picking Wichita State there without any hesitation. Next game in the East bracket is a 7 seed, Arkansas versus 10 seed Butler. Arkansas, they're a good team. Butler's a good team. This is a tough one to pick. I think whenever I have a decision to make and it's a tough pick, I just tend to go underdog. So I'm going to pull Butler. I'm going to say Butler wins this one by 2. Close game. Butler will win this one. Next game in the East, the 2 seed Purdue versus Cal State Fullerton. Not a game. Purdue's going to blow them out of the water. Probably about 20. It's going to be a tough one. For Cal State, they just don't have the personnel. Again, there's a big talent gap. Purdue's played a tough schedule. They're a battle-hardened team. They're good. All right, let's move down to the bottom half of the bracket. We'll start in the West with Xavier, in my opinion, the weakest 1 seed in the tournament. If you got any 1 seed that could potentially lose to a 16, it's them. Texas Southern, I don't think they're up to the task, but hey, you never know. They could do it. I'd love to see it happen because it'd just be nice. But at the same time, I'd hate to see it happen because it's the same bracket that UNC is in. They've already got the easiest bracket in the freaking tournament, so I don't want to help them at all if I don't have to. So anyway, Xavier, I'm picking them over Texas Southern, but if I had to do an ultimate upset pick, it would be Texas Southern over Xavier. Next game's 8-9, Missouri over Florida, or Missouri playing Florida State. I actually got Florida State winning this game. Missouri is an excellent team, but Florida State plays in the ACC and hung with some really tough teams. They didn't win a lot of games in the ACC, but they're an at-large bid for a reason. And I think they can get Missouri. I really do. So I'm pulling the 9 over the 8. Not a huge upset, but there again, I think Florida State's a better team. Next game in that bracket is the 7 seed Texas A&M and the 10 seed Providence. Um, this is a tough one to call. These 7-10s are always tight games, kind of like the 8-9s. I mean, I almost feel like those 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds, those 4 seeds are the tightest as far as talent in the tournament typically. And so I'm actually pulling Providence to pull this one out. I just just going with the gut. I don't really have a good reason for that. I'm just pulling Providence. I think they're the team to do it. Next matchup, North Carolina, Lipscomb. Let's be honest, Carolina's going to beat the brakes off of them, and they're probably going to do that to every team in their bracket. That bracket's weak, and Carolina is playing their best basketball of the year. They lost to Virginia in the ACC championship game, but Virginia lost their one of their best defenders and their sixth man of the year in the ACC. So Carolina, dangerous. They're going to make a run to the Final Four and potentially win back-to-back national championships. You heard it here. Now let's move over to the Midwest and our final bracket of the day. We're going to look at the 5-12 game. That's the Clemson New Mexico State. Clemson scares me, man. They're just so inconsistent. They're up and down. When they're playing good ball, they can hang with anybody in the country. But when they're playing bad ball, they could get beat by Vance Greenwood Community College. So it's a dangerous matchup for Clemson. And New Mexico State's no slouch. I mean, they're a 12 seed, but they're not a crappy team. These teams in the tournament this year, for the most part, are legit. Then we got our Auburn-Charleston game. That's a 4-13. Auburn's going to walk away with that one. No challenge, no difficulties. That's their game to win. So I'm picking the 4/13. Easy pick there. Next game, TCU, the 6 against the 11 seed Syracuse. Cuse is a weak team, but they're dangerous. The reason I say that is because they've gotten Bonzie Colson back, who was hurt most of the season. They got Matt Farrell back. I'm sorry, I'm confusing Syracuse and Notre Dame. Ignore all I just said. Cuse sucks. They're going to lose. Next game, Michigan State Bucknell. Michigan State was a 1 seed for a lot of the season. They floundered late. But let's be honest, this Tom Izzo, he's going to get this team together. They're going to be playing their best ball. They're going to rebound. They're going to play defense. That's Michigan State basketball. They're dangerous. They're a threat to the title, even though they're a 3 seed. Unfortunately for them, they're probably playing in one of the toughest brackets, in my opinion. So, but easy pick here, Michigan State over Bucknell, probably going away. At least a 10-point win, in my opinion. And so that kind of rounds out our brackets today, guys. I think we're gonna do well. We'll pick this up maybe tomorrow, maybe next day. I don't know, kind of whenever I'm feeling like it. But if you like this, give me a thumbs up. I got 1 like so far. If 10 people like this, I'll do it again. Easy peasy. We got to start somewhere. This channel's just getting started. Me and my buddy Randall are going to be putting out podcasts probably on a weekly, maybe a bi-weekly basis. And, we're just going to have fun. Going to talk about fun topics. This is one of them, sports. I'm a huge sports nut. I like most sports. And so we'll talk. We're going to have guest stars. We're going to get guest stars. We're going to have local folks, local people that we care about, that opinions we think matter. We're going to have them on the channel. And it might not be video all the time. It might be audio. We're just going to have a good time with it. So if you guys like what we're doing, like us. Subscribe to us. Then you'll know every time one of these videos comes out. And you can get on here and argue with me. Tell me how I'm wrong about my picks. And I'm good with that. All right? So y'all have a good Friday. Make it a great weekend. And good luck on your brackets. Talk to you later.